I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll fill you in on the summer concert series and all things Downs Park. But first, making headlines this week. The streets will be looking much snazzier this year. In the budget currently pending before the County Council, there is increased funding for more street sweeping by 40%. County Executive Steve Shue was out in Maryland City to announce the initiative, and here's what he had to say about it.
Our administration is very focused on improving the quality of life of the citizens of Arundel County, and that effort involves a lot of different things, everything from more trailer boat ramps, canoe and kayak launches, opening beaches, expanding our system of parks and libraries, lots of different things. But a very important component of a good quality of life is an effective, well-maintained, fully built out, and safe transportation system. Now, when we think about transportation in Arundel County, that generally means roads. And when we think about roads, we usually think about paving roads, repairing roads, filling in potholes. We don't often think about one of the little things that makes a big difference, and that is cleaning the roads, keeping them tidy, keeping the debris and trash off the roads, and maintaining the good quality of the appearance of our neighborhoods. And that's what this program is about. We're making some steps, taking some steps now through the current budget to dramatically increase our resources focused on street sweeping. The budget we just filed increases the budget by 40%, which is a huge jump. And that will now enable us to sweep 7,500 curb miles per year of county roads.
The $1.2 billion budget proposal is expected to get a final vote by the County Council by June 15th. The Council has several work sessions on the budget this week, including the auditor's comments on Tuesday, June 6th, and proposed amendments on Friday, June 9th. Street sweep.
You got any amendments?
I always have amendments.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna have some nice, slick-looking streets, huh?
Yeah, street sweeping.
You know, don't you ever wonder like what you could do?
Try saying it.
What?
4 times. Street sweeping. Street
sweeping.
Yeah.
Nope,
okay.
can't. Nope.
Yeah.
You ever think about like how cool it would be if you had your own street sweeper?
I don't often think about it.
Like you
guess.
you could take your parking pad and have it just shiny clean.
Oh, I guess you could do that with a hose.
Well, yeah, but it's not as cool as a street sweeper. Look, I said street sweeper again. Street sweeper.
It's hard to say. Try it.
Well, maybe you could borrow it and you can use it on your parking pad.
I have always wanted to drive a Zamboni.
Zambonis are cool, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to drive a Zamboni.
I mean, in a fight between a street sweeper and a Zamboni.
We'll
no
work
contest.
on that. You know what? We need to have you open up the ice rink at
Quiet Waters
next year.
Yeah.
Rec and Parks, I know you're watching. Kristin wants to drive the Zamboni.
I'm ready to
so
rev.
Let's make that happen.
Let's do it.
Well, speaking of ice rinks, Kristin, are you ready to go to the beach?
It's quite a segue. And yes, take me away from
this.
I want to go to the beach.
Well, unfortunately, Kristin, everyone has the same idea you do, and that can get a little dicey for the neighbors of Sandy Point Beach Park on the Broadneck Peninsula.
I see.
Now, officials from both the state and the county are making some improvements to make the situation a little bit smoother. The state has hired additional staff, stepped up its notifications through social media when the park is full, and overflow traffic will be directed onto Route 50 instead of local roads. County Executive Shue and Councilman Michael Peruka said the county police will also be on the lookout for illegal parkers in the surrounding neighborhoods.
And as the summer season more or less officially gets underway here, it's crucial that we do everything in our power to eliminate or at least to try to minimize the deplorable traffic situation we've experienced in the past years, and particularly, especially this last year. The particular geography of this peninsula presents particular challenges to orderly and peaceful enjoyment of its residents and its visitors. On the same point of land is a bridge serving as the connecting point between the eastern and the western shores of our state, and there's also a beautiful state park which attracts thousands of visitors each day. And these, of course, are good things, but they present challenges when the residents of the area cannot enjoy the simple right to travel into and out of their own communities. Indeed, the good, hardworking, and may I say tax-paying people of this part of District 5 are literally sometimes prisoners in their own homes when this traffic situation occurs. And while they have no desire to be unwelcoming to visitors, we must find a way to righteously balance their rights against the privileges we wish to extend to those who come and visit us here. So the elected officials standing before you, as one of them, we are all privileged to serve you who elected us. We work for you, and we're privileged to do that. And for my part, whether it's Whether it's a pothole or a burdensome, unnecessary regulation, it's my duty as a councilman to serve my constituency so that you can peacefully and quietly enjoy your property and your right to freely travel along the public easement.
I guess that means I can't park in Mary Lamb's front yard anymore, Kristen.
Not unless there's a strawberry
There goes that
festival.
option. Yeah, with the Strawberry Festival.
I don't
you
know,
gotta-
Mary always gives you the hookup.
Yeah. So are you a Sandy Point person? You go to Sandy Point?
I haven't really, but I should start taking more advantage of it. I do remember, because I had a conversation with a Sandy Point park employee last year, that due to the increasing rates at Ocean City, they were seeing a lot of volume. And I remember seeing for the first time last year, I think they'd started in 2015, but a lot of the overhead signs on 50 and 97 were letting folks know that they were full. So I thought that was really cool that they were using those signs to let people know so that they didn't get all the way down 97 to 50 and then find out the park was too full for their
You know, when you like something, you want more.
You want more.
Right?
Wait, there was a commercial about that.
Yeah, I
want more.
I love that commercial. I always talk about that commercial, but it's a victim of its own success, right? It's such a good deal and it's such a good location, and you're right there at the Bay Bridge and people love it so much that it gets a little busy sometimes. So it sounds like between the Maryland Park Service and the county police that everybody's trying to make it a little more
Just making a
palatable.
smoother transition for folks that are coming in and out.
And folks,
I get it.
if you're looking on Twitter and it says the park is full, don't go in.
Don't go in.
Just go
Get the
somewhere
signs
else.
overhead as
Go
you're
to the
driving down
pool.
say.
Go to the pool, or just keep going.
keep
going and go to Queen Anne's County, or go all the way down to Ocean City.
I had, I didn't get it all the way to Ocean City, but Memorial Day weekend fun for me was going right over the bridge, and I went over to Kentmore.
Yes.
And went to Harris and got some craps. Awesome time.
Yeah, it's, when I think of Kentmore, I've never been to Kentmore by car before. It's always by boat. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you actually drove to Kentmore.
Yeah, and we didn't have that ideal Memorial Day weather, so it was a lot of folks getting rained on, but it was still a good time.
I know, that was a shame.
Yeah.
I think it's been a while since we had a rainy Memorial Day.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Right?
Yeah.
It's usually very, very, very hot. My neighbor, shout out Jim McAdams.
What's up, Jim?
SRO, Northeast High School.
Hey.
Jim has a great Memorial Day party every year, and the funny thing is usually everybody is clamoring for cover because the sun is so hot that
And
they're like
this
scorching.
year,
This year everybody was
for
huddled
rain.
to stay out of the rain. Right?
Yeah.
But it was still awesome. The food was on point. It was perfect. Great job by the
And speaking of
McAdamses,
being
Barb
on point,
and Jim.
back to Sandy Point. Check the signs.
That's right. Make sure check the signs. Don't go if it's closed,
Don't go.
okay?
Well, Dave, there's a big day coming up for the Office of Finance. It's a tax sale day on June 6th at the Arundel Center in Annapolis.
Yes!
Woo!
Are you excited? I'm excited.
Sale day. This yearly activity is when property owners have to pay up on past due property taxes or their property is auctioned off to the highest bidder. Ooh. Every so often, there's a diamond in the rough that falls into the hands of a lucky investor. And if you want to find out more about this event, or you want to make extra special sure you have paid all of your property taxes,
Good idea.
yes, go to aacounty.org and click on the Spotlight tax sale. This is not like the one day or the tax-free weekend. This is something
This is
very
totally
different.
different. Yep.
This is very different. So you might want to check that out, Dave.
I'll check on that, but
Are
I'll
you
tell
up
you
to
what,
date?
I paid my property taxes, okay? I'm good. And it's funny, in my previous life, I was a newspaper reporter, and for some reason I would always pick the kind of very unsexy things to do a story about and try to explain it in a way that people
Cat of the week.
can grasp it. Like I would do zoning stories, and
You were really.
it'd be like, okay, how do I make this, how do I not say R3 16 times in a newspaper article? But I would go to these tax sales, I went to a couple of them, and I turned it into this, it's an auction and they're all for sale and you can get this great property. It's usually like, somebody owns a little sliver that's like wetlands and can't be built on, and it's kind of an afterthought and they forget to pay the taxes or whatever. And it's not like you're going in there and you're going to get some $5 million property for $50. It's not like that, but sometimes this happens, and believe me, there are people, like, you ever watch those storage wars?
Storage Wars.
It's kind of like that, where the savvy people, they know how to find properties that maybe they could swipe out from. So people, please make sure that
I'm
you
not very
check
savvy with
that you
that.
paid you don't want to lose your property
Don't.
because you pay your taxes.
Pay up.
Right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Nolley Fisher, the superintendent of Downs Park. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Yes, but see, you don't have a college degree.
Well, no, but I
Okay,
can...
well,
Wait. Before you skip over me, can you at least hear me out? No, I do not have a college degree, but I've been working 2 jobs since the age of 18. I've been doing internships while raising my little brother, and any moment that I can spare, I'm studying, just trying to better myself. Okay, I'm ready for this.
wow. I'd love to hear more.
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Well, welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we're delighted to have Mr. Nolley Fisher from Downs Park. Nolley, how's it going today?
Going great. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you again. I know we've worked in the past with
Yes.
recycling and festivals before, so it's nice to have a familiar face. So you have been newly appointed, pretty new, right? 3 months?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
I
Just
thought
shy of a month.
3 weeks. Yes, 3 weeks.
Give the man some time, Kristin.
Yeah, sorry. 3 weeks. You're the superintendent now at Downs Park.
Correct.
Tell us about what a superintendent does for the park.
Well, my main responsibility is planning and inspecting and supervising daily operations of the park maintenance, park improvements. I provide daily instruction for my staff, answer patron questions, concerns, and when necessary, resolve conflicts.
Very good. And I know that you haven't been superintendent long, but you're familiar with Downs.
Correct. I worked
So-
at Downs as a ranger for 7 years.
Yeah. What's some of your favorite things about Downs Park? Your favorite features?
Well, obviously, one of the main features that anyone that's been to Downs knows is the amenity of the Chesapeake Bay. We have over 2,000 foot of shoreline right on the bay, and I'm not sure any other park can quite claim that.
It's gorgeous.
It is. We have the fishing pier, which provides a family experience for recreational fishing that everyone can enjoy. And I think one of my personal favorites is just the shady trails. It just gives you, when you're out there on those trails, it gives you the feel of nature throughout the park.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So I'm a Pasadena resident, and I was thinking when we knew we were going to have you on the show, which is better, Fort Smallwood or Downs?
Uh-oh.
And it's one of those things, you can't pick your children, right? You can't
Right.
pick your
No, you
favorite
can't.
child, although everybody does.
Hi, Mom.
What are some differences between those two parks? If no one's been to them, what do you go to Downs for primarily, and what do you go to Fort Smallwood? Because I can think of some things that are different about the two of them.
Well, obviously, I enjoy both parks.
Yes.
And I hope all the residents of the county do the same. The amenities are slightly different. As I mentioned, Downs Park has the
fishing
expansive trails, whereas Fort Smallwood Park has the new boat ramp. They have the swim beaches. And I think the main difference between the two parks, I mean, we have the common amenities of the fishing pier and so forth, but the main difference for me is the feel of the park. At Downs Park, you feel like that close proximity to nature. It's a secluded feel. Where when you're at Fort Smallwood, you get that open, spacious feel with those wide, open water views. Both, again, are great parks. I enjoy visiting both, especially managing Downs. But I would invite everyone to go out and learn the different amenities of the two parks because they both have so much to offer.
Absolutely. Tell us about, now we were talking about your resume a little bit. You actually started as a volunteer, right?
Correct. I started in 2000 as a volunteer at Downs Park, and in 2001 I became a seasonal park ranger. Or 2002, I'm sorry, seasonal park ranger. Was there till 2008, and then went to Kinder Farm Park from 2009 till just currently when I got promoted back.
Another
Awesome
fantastic park. Yeah.
No water view though.
No.
But it has a lot of other stuff too.
Well, welcome aboard. And so people can find you at the park on the weekends, I'm sure, going through the summer. Tell us a little bit about, we talked about the differences. What about amenities for events like weddings, birthdays, reunions, barbecues? What kind of amenities does Downs have for that kind of thing?
Well, we offer 4 pavilions, one small, which holds a capacity of 50 people, and 3 large, which hold a capacity of 100. And they're outdoor venues, which are great for graduation parties, family reunions, kids' birthday parties.
That's really big right now, by the way, graduation parties. Better book.
And weddings.
Speaking of weddings, we do offer weddings in Mother's Garden. And also in Mother's Garden, we offer the opportunity to rent the garden for photo shoots.
I've seen that garden. It is beautiful.
It is.
Yes, it's a historical Victorian garden.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful, maintained almost solely by volunteers. Wow. We also offer the Chesapeake Room, which is a rental banquet hall, which is used for receptions. We have quite a few wedding receptions that occur there, as well as business meetings, trainings. And again, if you're looking for an indoor venue, which that is, birthday parties and so forth. And then we also offer what a lot of people forget about, but we do offer 2 youth group camping areas.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely, for the scouts to have the opportunity to enjoy a night out in the park and under the sky.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, I'm a dog lover. And Dave is a dog lover. Shout out to Yoshi.
Yoshi, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
If you want to bring your dog to the park, tell us about some of the fun things you have for pups there.
Well, obviously, Downs Park has at the northernmost tip, the dog beach at Downs Park.
I love it.
Which is a
My
small
dog
beach.
chooses to drink the water.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty much
Yes,
what he does.
and they can drink the water. It gives them an opportunity to swim in the Chesapeake Bay or just spend the day romping along the beach, digging in the sand. But besides the dog beach, we also offer nearly 5 miles of trails where if your dog is not necessarily acclimated to be at a dog beach where dogs are running free, we still provide a way to exercise that energy and with 5 miles of trails that they can walk, run, and so forth.
Yeah, beach dog or trail dog I love it. And I'm
Can't
sure
wait.
that, all the rangers are probably like, yeah, pups and giving pets and yeah, I'm sure it's very fun. Most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, it's very exciting. I'm glad that you came on. I learned a couple new things. I love the garden. Didn't know about Scouts being able to come out and camp and about all the amenities you have, which is great because if you come and you plan an outdoor event, there is a plan B in case it rains. You got the
Yes.
You got the indoor
Correct.
space too. So, but if you didn't know, there's lots of exciting things that are coming up this summer at Downs Park. In fact, if it's okay with you, Nolley, we're going to follow you back to the park and actually talk to you about a couple of those things a little later on in the show.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Can you change to a red shirt?
Yeah, change to a red
Absolutely.
shirt
A red
for us.
shirt.
It's going to just give it the Nolley Fisher show, Nolley Fisher in review.
Yes.
And we thank you so much for coming on the show today. Anytime that you want to come back, you are welcome here in the studio.
And
So
congratulations.
yeah, congratulations
having
on
me.
your new appointment.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. Speaking of Downs Park, there's a lot of excitement going on there this weekend, and as we promised, we're going to follow Nolley back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because we want more. We like Downs Park, and we
wanna come
want
back.
more.
If you like something and you want more of it, you want more.
That's right.
So Nolley has put on the promised red polo.
Yes.
And he's there with Sara Gannon. Sarah?
Thanks, guys. We're at Downs Park today. I am with Miss McGregor, Miss Huffman, and Superintendent Fisher, and we're going to talk about some upcoming things at Downs Park. Thank you for seeing me today and talking about what's coming up at Downs Park. It's so exciting. But first, we're going to talk about the Community Day that's coming on June 3rd. Stephanie, can you tell me a little bit about the Community Day coming up?
Our Family Community Day is a day for all of the local businesses and crafters to come out and have the rest of the community come out and see what we offer here in Pasadena and to spend the day in the park.
Is there a charge for the event?
Nope, it's a free event.
Is there a website or a Facebook page that people can get more information of?
We have a Facebook page. It's Friends of Downs Park, and our website is friendsofdownspk.org.
Great. And how do you become a vendor?
You would email friendsofdownspark@aol.com, and you would get a contract sent out to you.
That's awesome. Thank you for putting that together. That's no small task, that's for sure. And how many people do you normally draw?
We usually have about 4,500 people.
Wow, that's not too shabby, that's for sure. Miss Jane, can you tell us a little bit about Friends of Downs Park?
Friends of Downs Park, we're a small volunteer group here at the park. When I started, there was probably 3 people, and I guess now we have maybe 10 to 15 people that are actively involved in the Friends group.
That's great. And Miss Jane also is very involved in the community. She also participates and helps a lot with the Lakeshore Volunteer Fire Department. So she's a local celebrity around Pasadena. Very helpful, too, to her community, too.
Try to be.
And what other projects do you do in the park?
Well, within the park itself has the Mother's Garden, which there's usually a lot of weddings and things that partake there. Also, we have the owls, Stacy's owls, and she's very protective of her owls. We have a horned hawk, red-tailed hawk, I'm sorry, and then we have the owl. I think that's pretty much as far as the park itself is concerned. The Friends group has a number of activities that we hold throughout the year for the children and their families. Trick-or-treat trail, cookies and cocoa with Santa, lunch with the Easter Bunny. So we have a number of things that we try to, provide for the community.
Sure, well, very good. And Superintendent Fisher, can you tell me what other events are coming up? I know about a concert series that you have coming up. When's that start?
Yes, that starts June 4th, the day after Community Day.
Oh, wow.
It'll be the first concert is Pet Rock, and it starts at 6 p.m. We're excited for the concert series. They run through the months of June and then start up again in September.
Okay. And is there a different fee to get into the park, or is it just the admission to get in the park?
Actually, with the concert series, the fee is waived an hour before the concert starts, so it's a free concert series. So come on out and join us.
That's great. Good family event, and get out and see your local parks and just come out and enjoy the nice weather. It was nice meeting with you all today. Thank you for all that you do for our community. And back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sarah. Amazing how Nolley was able to get back to the park so quickly.
Amazing. How did he do that?
And change his shirt.
Change shirt, yeah.
Amazing. This is why he's superintendent.
This is the Downs Park edition of Week in Review. So anything you want to know.
It's going downs.
Ooh, I see what you did there. So Kristin, I understand that you have a little bit of a preview for us of a big blockbuster film. Tell us about that.
Oh, only the greatest movie I've seen in a while.
No, that's not what you said.
The most important film of our time.
Wow, the most important. So what is it?
Wonder Woman.
Oh, I wouldn't expect someone would say Wonder Woman would be the most important film of our time.
It's just something that those of us who are fans of Wonder Woman have been waiting for a long time. And DC hasn't really been doing the best with its movies.
Yeah.
So this was a home run.
Did they manage to edit this one so it's in sequential order and you can follow the story?
Yes, it's
okay,
not like
good.
Batman versus Superman.
Woo, that was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. This was fantastic.
Okay, so give us some little tidbits because most people have not seen the movie. Don't spoil it all together.
Okay.
Like, does Wonder Woman die?
Wonder Woman does not die.
Okay, so there's spoiler number 1.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. What else? What were the highlights to you?
I think that, I think we were mentioning off camera.
Give people something they can chew on.
They
Come on.
changed the time period. So it's not World War II that she's acclimated into mankind. It's actually World War I. But prior to that, she was on an island full of Amazonian woman warriors.
Yes.
And Robin Wright is her aunt. And she is amazing.
Stop it.
And the night that I actually was lucky enough to see the film, shout out Chuck, was also the day that House of Cards season 5 came out on Netflix. So it was like Robin Wright Day.
Wow.
I love Robin Wright. I don't know about you,
And
but
the beauty is you
Buttercup,
could just.
I mean, she's just.
But you could just go
perfection.
home and watch House of Cards whenever you feel
Yeah,
like
I'm very.
it. So
Are
that
you?
was perfect.
You watch House of Cards, right?
You know, I really, really did not like last season at all.
I'm hearing fantastic things already from my friends that have been binge watching.
You know, you kind of have to. I've been watching The Keepers.
I've been too.
And I watched the whole thing, so you know, it was good. I think it was. You think it was better than what was the other one called? How to be a murderer or whatever. What was that one called?
Oh, the one that was Serial was based on it. Or it was based on
No, this
Serial.
is the one where the guy actually did it, and
I didn't watch that.
So there's been a couple ones. There's The Jinx that HBO did, where the guy actually confesses on camera at the end. So you just can't beat that. That will never happen
I had
again.
heard to watch that, but now you just ruined it for me and countless other people.
Well,
who
Kristen,
haven't
you got to
watched
get
it.
on it because it's been so
I wonder
many years.
who did it.
Yeah, he did it. So, you know, sorry. I spoiled the series from 3 years ago.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Maybe
watch it. But I
5.
was told that since I like The Keepers, I should watch that. But back to Wonder Woman.
Yes. You gave no tidbits yet.
Gal
Come on.
Gadot is amazing. She is just perfection as Wonder Woman.
She's a great gal.
I know it is tough boots to fill, and she did it. I love the way that
Nobody replaces Diana Carter ever. Linda
Linda?
Carter. Linda Carter.
she was beautiful, but she wasn't overly sexified. So she
was
tastefully
strong,
done.
you know, woman leader.
And it was just wonderful to have someone who's such an excellent role model. I was watching as all these women, from little girls to older women, were just in their seats, excited and cheering Wonder Woman on. So I
Girl
think
power.
it says something to have a positive role model. So.
There you go, folks. That's our Wonder Woman preview on Week in
Go
Review.
see it.
We're always here to give you all the in-depth knowledge before anybody else knows. So
Right.
go see Wonder Woman and check it out.
Yes.
And that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook, maybe YouTube, whatever you
Whatever
like,
floats your boat.
by searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.